Hey guys, it's Marissa from 9 for Health and Fitness, where we inspire, educate, and motivate all women to become the happiest, healthiest version of themselves. So today I am sharing with you guys a pregnancy workout using a yoga ball. Now this is amazing for your butt, your thighs, your strength as well, and it also works the smaller muscles around your joints too, all in your lower body. So the majority of this workout is actually not the majority, the whole workout is a legs and booty workout, and I would recommend going slow and focusing on technique and squeezing where necessary. Because there is a yoga ball involved, there is a bit of balance needed, especially for the last exercise. I personally struggled balancing, however that could be because I have a big belly right now. But yeah, just focus on going slow, focus on getting full range of motion and really tensing the muscles that we are working during each exercise. So before we get into the workout, don't forget to like this video and click subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell so that you guys can see each time I upload a new workout. I upload weekly, however I don't know what days as of yet, just because I'm trying to get my head around everything. But I do upload weekly from now on, so please don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and let's get into this workout. I also forgot to mention that you will need to keep your core engaged at all times throughout every single movement. Now that will obviously help you with your balance, but it will also help your tummy muscles keep their strength throughout pregnancy. And of course, this workout is for everyone. If you're wanting to work your core and your booty and your thighs, then this is going to be awesome for you. And if you also wanted to increase the number of repetitions for each exercise to get a bit more of a burn in your legs and in your booty, then feel free to do so, okay? My workouts are just a guideline. You guys can play around with the number of reps, with the number of sets. You can play around with the time that you are performing the exercise if we are doing a circuit. Okay, just have fun with it. I am just sharing with you guys basic guidelines on how to train, and yeah, that's it. Let's get into the workout now.
So first up, we have hamstring curls with our yoga ball. So laying flat on your back, you are going to place your feet on top of the yoga ball and lift your hips up off the ground. You're basically just rolling the ball into your bum as you tuck your knees in, but you need to make sure that your whole body is off of the ground, obviously other than your chest and your head, but really keep your core engaged and your hamstrings nice and tight. I have a booty band around my knees as well. That just helps maintain technique and makes it a little bit harder. But yeah, this movement will burn in your hamstrings and it is so awesome. Next, we have hip thrust on the yoga ball. So you're going to place your shoulder blades and your back on the ball, and keeping a 90-degree angle in your knees, you're going to lift your hips up as high as you can while pushing your knees out till your torso is straight in line with your thighs. Really push through your heels so that your glutes are engaged, and you want to keep that contact in your bum the entire time. So if you can't extend your hips all the way up, that's absolutely fine. As long as you are feeling your glutes burn through the whole movement, just know that you are doing it right. So I have my hands on my head just to support my neck, but this is awesome for pregnancy because as you lower your bum down to the ground, the ball actually supports your back, so it feels really nice and comfortable. Remember to push through with your knees and your heels. Alright, so next we have the exact same movement. However, these are called B stance hip thrusts, and the B stance comes from your feet. So if you notice, my right foot is actually tucked in closer to me than my left foot is. So you're performing the exact same movement, pushing your hips up through your heels. However, 70% of your body weight is pushing through my right foot and only 30% is being pushed through my left foot. So this really puts an emphasis on your right glute, and it just helps you strengthen your glutes that little bit more because there is more pressure on one side. Good, just keep pushing through. I'm like critiquing myself. I'm not training myself, how silly. But yeah, 20 reps on that side, and then we're going into the other side now. It doesn't really matter how far your feet are apart from each other, as long as you are feeling the contact through the glute that your foot is closest to. The ball. Oh, I can't talk. Whichever foot is closest to the ball, as long as you are feeling the most contact through that side glute, then you are doing the exercise absolutely fine. All right, make sure you fully extend your hips. A lot of people don't go as high, and it can be because your glutes are weak, but it can also be because of tight quads or tight hips. So go up and down, squeezing your glutes together at the top whilst pushing your knees out through your heels throughout the movement. I'm getting really tired by this point. You can tell I start slowing down. And the slower you go, girls, the harder it'll be as well. Next we have wall squats. So these are actually amazing because using the ball forces you to have good technique with squats. This is great for those who have never squatted before or whose technique is really off, because in order for you to keep the ball behind you, you need to have perfect technique. So I started by placing the ball just beneath my shoulder blades, and then leaning into it, you're going to squat down by bending your knees and sitting back through your heels until the ball is on your shoulder blades and no longer on your lower back. So I'm going slow and really focusing on technique. Each time I am bending down, I am sitting back in my heels and pushing up through my heels, and I'm keeping my knees out so that they are trailing over my second toe. Now remember to push it back into the ball, because this is teaching you how high your chest should be. So if you look at my chest, you'll notice that it's not leaning forward at all. And while I am leaning back a lot more than I would in a normal squat, it's just perfect for teaching newbies and beginners how to squat properly. Right, this one is super hard. Basically, you are just leaning against the wall like I am doing so. I'm using my hands for support, and then I have placed the ball behind my right knee. Sorry, not behind, on the side of my right knee, and I am pushing my knee into the wall as I rub the ball up and down. Now, there's no real rule with this exercise. It doesn't really matter how far up or low you go, as long as you are maintaining pressure through your knee and pushing the ball into the wall while running your foot up and down, you will feel your glute burn. It'll also burn out on my left side. Now it'll burn out on my right side, because by keeping my hips straight and pushing my left knee into the wall, my right glute is actually activated as well. This is great for people who have weak glutes. If you tend to squat really shallow, so you're not able to get a 90-degree angle in your hips, then this is great for strengthening your glute medius, which is the muscle that is weak and which is the muscle that needs to be strengthened in order for you to perform your squats and your glute bridges properly. Alright, and last exercise, this was super hard with my balance, especially having a big tummy. But if you need to use support with the wall like I did, that's absolutely fine. But basically lift one foot up and place your shin on top of the ball. And you are going to bend down into a split squat whilst keeping your foot on top of the yoga ball. Now, be careful and go slow, because it is really hard to balance. Well, I think it is anyways. And make sure that you are pushing back through that front heel. So you'll be able to see it soon. But notice how my knee doesn't go past my toe. As I am bending down, my knee stays behind my toe because I am sitting back through my bum and not leaning forward. My chest stays up high. I am using my hands for balance and my torso is facing forward. I don't have a twist in my hips, so be very aware if you are twisting your hips because this will affect your technique. Push up and use your bum for this exercise.